We spend so much of our lives trying to be liked, seeking approval, wanting people to validate who we are. But here's the truth. Greatness has never been born out of acceptance. It has always been forged in resistance. Think about the people who have changed the world, visionaries, innovators, leaders. Every single one of them had critics. Every single one of them had people who doubted them, talked behind their backs, or even outright hated them. But they didn't stop. They didn't beg for approval. So here's the question. Why are you afraid of being disliked? Why do you fear their judgment? If you're doing something meaningful, something bold, something different, hate will come. Let them hate you, because their hate isn't proof that you're failing. It's proof that you're doing something worth noticing. Today, let's talk about why embracing the hate might just be the most powerful thing you can do. So the moment you decide to pursue something great, something beyond the ordinary, resistance will show up. It always does. Resistance isn't a sign that you're on the wrong path. It's proof that you're on a path worth walking. Every great innovator, leader, or visionary has faced it. The moment you challenge the status quo, you threaten the comfort of others. People fear change, and when you embody it, you become a target. Resistance can take many forms. It might come as doubt from friends and family, skepticism from colleagues, or outright criticism from those who don't understand your vision. Some will mock you, others will try to discredit you, and a few will even hope you fail. But this is not about them. It's about how you respond. Most people see resistance as a roadblock, but the truth is, it's a signpost. It's telling you that you're stepping into territory most people are too afraid to enter. History proves this over and over again. Every breakthrough, scientific, social, technological, was met with resistance. When the Wright brothers pursued human flight, they were called fools. When Steve Jobs reimagined technology, he was told it wouldn't work. When Martin Luther King Jr. spoke of equality, he was met with immense opposition. But they didn't let resistance stop them. Instead, they used it as fuel. The natural response to resistance is often self-doubt. You start to wonder if maybe they're right, if maybe you should stop, if maybe you're not good enough. But the truth is, resistance doesn't mean you're failing. It means you're daring to be different. It means you're stepping outside the limits that others have accepted for themselves. It means you're creating something that forces people to think. And that alone is powerful. If no one disagrees with you, you're not pushing boundaries. Comfort is the enemy of progress. The world doesn't change because people agree on everything. It changes because someone dares to challenge what is considered normal. If your ideas, your dreams, or your actions are met with nothing but agreement, then you are likely operating within the limits of what is already accepted. True growth, true innovation, and true success require friction. Think about every major shift in history. The people who changed the world weren't the ones who followed the crowd. They were the ones who questioned it. They asked, why does it have to be this way? And then had the courage to do something different. They were met with criticism, doubt, and resistance. But that's how boundaries are pushed, by making people uncomfortable. Disagreement is a sign that you are introducing something new, something unfamiliar. And unfamiliar things make people uneasy. They would rather stay in the safety of what they know than venture into the unknown. But you are not here to live an average life. You are here to create, to lead, to make a difference. And that will require you to be okay with people disagreeing with you. The need for approval is a silent killer of potential. If you constantly seek validation, you will find yourself stuck in the same patterns as everyone else. But the moment you embrace disagreement, the moment you stop fearing criticism, you free yourself to think bigger, to take risks, and to step into the greatness that only comes when you refuse to stay within the lines. Haters are just confused admirers in disguise. People who spend their time criticizing you, doubting you, or trying to bring you down aren't doing it because they're indifferent. They're doing it because, on some level, they're paying attention. They see something in you, something they either don't understand or something they secretly wish they had. It's easier to criticize than to admit admiration. It's easier to mock than to confront their own insecurities. Hate is often rooted in jealousy, fear, or a feeling of inadequacy. When people see someone taking risks, stepping out of their comfort zone, and refusing to conform, it reminds them of everything they're not doing. Instead of using that as motivation to improve themselves, they choose the easier route, tearing others down. They project their own self-doubt onto you because it's easier than dealing with it internally. The irony is that haters are often your most dedicated audience. They follow your every move, waiting for you to fail, but in doing so, they give you their attention. And attention is power. The more they talk about you, the more they spread your name, the more they doubt you, the more fuel they give you to prove them wrong. Instead of seeing haters as obstacles, see them as confirmation that you're making an impact. If no one was criticizing you, it would mean you weren't doing anything bold enough to be noticed. The people who change the game are never universally loved. They are misunderstood, challenged, and often ridiculed. But over time, the same people who doubted you will be the ones saying they knew you all along. And we come from beings that see the world through eyes on the ground with the people who are doing the fucking work. But that's the secret for healing. Keep going. Let them watch. Let them talk. And let their doubt turn into your greatest advantage. Their opinions don't define your potential. From the moment we start chasing something bigger, the world has something to say about it. People will tell you what you can and can't do, what's realistic, what's too ambitious, and why you should settle for less. But here's the truth. Their words have no power unless you give them permission. The opinions of others are shaped by their own experiences, fears, and limitations. When someone says, you can't do that, what they really mean is, I don't believe I could do that. They are projecting their self-doubt onto you. But their limits are not your limits. What they think of you does not dictate what you are capable of achieving. History is filled with stories of people who were doubted, dismissed, or told they would never succeed. Walt Disney was fired from a newspaper for lacking imagination. Oprah was told she wasn't fit for television. Elon Musk was mocked for thinking he could build electric cars that would change the world. If they had listened to the opinions of others, they would have never reached their full potential. You must train yourself to separate who you are from what people say about you. Your potential is not defined by their doubts. It is defined by your belief, your effort, and your resilience. The only person who truly knows what you are capable of is you. And the moment you stop seeking validation, the moment you stop letting opinions control your actions, is the moment you set yourself free. Free to dream bigger, free to take risks, free to become the person you were always meant to be. Criticism is a sign you're making an impact. Nobody criticizes what they don't notice. If people are talking about you, whether positively or negatively, it means you are doing something that cannot be ignored. The moment you step beyond the ordinary, you invite opinions, and not all of them will be kind. But that's not a reason to stop. It's a reason to keep going. Criticism often comes from those who feel threatened, uncomfortable, or challenged by what you represent. When you start chasing big goals, it forces others to reflect on their own lives. Some will be inspired, but others will feel insecure. Instead of using your success as motivation, they try to downplay it. They look for flaws, mistakes, or reasons to doubt you because that's easier than confronting their own potential. Think about every great leader, artist, or innovator. None of them escaped criticism. When Jeff Bezos started Amazon, people laughed at the idea of an online bookstore. When Serena Williams dominated tennis, critics found ways to attack her style, her attitude, her presence. When Galileo challenged the existing beliefs of his time, he was ridiculed and even punished. But in every case, the criticism wasn't a sign of failure. It was proof that they were shifting the conversation. If you try to avoid criticism, you will end up avoiding progress. Playing it safe, staying quiet, and seeking universal approval might keep people happy, but it will never lead to greatness. The fact that people are talking means you are disrupting the norm, standing out, and challenging expectations. That is the true mark of impact. Let them criticize, let them doubt, because every great thing ever built was once criticized before it was celebrated. Success is built on perseverance, not approval. If success depended on the approval of others, most of the world's greatest achievements would have never happened. The truth is, approval is fleeting. One day people cheer for you, the next day they criticize you. If you base your progress on their validation, you will never build anything lasting. The only thing that truly drives success is perseverance. The ability to keep going when no one believes in you, when the odds are stacked against you, when the noise around you tells you to quit. Every successful person has faced rejection, doubt, and moments of isolation. J.K. Rowling's Harry Potter manuscript was rejected by 12 publishers before one finally gave it a chance. Michael Jordan was cut from his high school basketball team before becoming the greatest player of all time. Thomas Edison failed thousands of times before inventing the light bulb. None of them succeeded because people believed in them from the start. They succeeded because they refused to give up. Perseverance is the difference between those who dream and those who achieve. It means showing up even when no one is clapping. It means pushing forward even when people tell you it's impossible. It means believing in yourself more than the world believes in you. The road to success is not smooth. It is filled with setbacks, criticism, and moments of doubt. But every challenge is an opportunity to prove to yourself that you have what it takes. If you rely on approval, you will stop the moment resistance shows up. But if you rely on perseverance, nothing can stop you. The world doesn't reward those who wait for permission. It rewards those who keep moving forward, no matter who doubts them. You don't need everyone to like you, just the right people. One of the biggest traps in life is trying to please everyone. No matter how hard you try, no matter how good your intentions are, there will always be someone who disapproves. That's because people see the world through their own experiences, biases, and insecurities. Their reaction to you is not about you, it's about them. The sooner you accept this, the freer you become. Success isn't about being liked by the majority. It's about connecting with the right people, the ones who understand your vision, support your journey, and push you to grow. Every great leader, artist, or entrepreneur built their success not by winning over everyone, but by finding their tribe. Steve Jobs didn't appeal to every consumer. He built a loyal following that believed in his innovation. Elon Musk has just as many critics as he has fans, but he stays focused on the people who share his vision. The truth is, trying to be universally liked leads to mediocrity. You start playing it safe, watering down your ideas, and compromising your values just to avoid conflict. But real impact comes from standing firm in who you are, even if it means some people won't like you. It means being so committed to your mission that the opinions of outsiders no longer dictate your actions. Instead of seeking approval from everyone, focus on attracting the right people, the ones who believe in you, who challenge you to be better, and who see the value in what you bring. Those are the relationships that will push you forward. The rest, let them talk, let them doubt, and let them go. Stay focused on your mission, not their opinions. Distractions come in many forms, but one of the most dangerous is the weight of other people's opinions. The moment you start listening to every criticism, every judgment, and every unsolicited piece of advice, you lose sight of what really matters: your mission. You weren't put here to live according to their expectations. You weren't meant to shrink yourself to make others comfortable. Your purpose is bigger than their approval. The most successful people in the world have one thing in common: unwavering focus. They don't waste time defending themselves to critics. They don't pause their progress to explain their vision to those who will never understand it. They don't let negativity slow them down. They stay locked in on what they are building, knowing that results will speak louder than words. Think about it. Every great athlete, entrepreneur, and leader has faced criticism. Some were told they weren't talented enough. Others were ridiculed for thinking differently, but they all had a choice: let opinions define them or let their work do the talking. Those who succeed are the ones who refuse to be distracted. When you focus on your mission, everything else becomes noise. Opinions lose their power. Doubt loses its grip. And suddenly you realize that the only voice that truly matters is the one inside you, the one that tells you to keep going no matter what. Let them talk. Let them misunderstand you. Let them judge. Your job isn't to win their approval. Your job is to stay focused, keep working, and prove them wrong through action. I thought, let their negativity fuel your growth, not your doubt. Negative comments, criticism, and hate will always be a part of the journey, but they don't have to weaken you. They can empower you. The world is full of doubters, and when you start doing something meaningful, their voices will grow louder. But instead of allowing their negativity to make you question yourself, use it as the fuel to push forward. Every time someone doubts you, every time they say you can't, you have a choice. You can let that seed of doubt take root, or you can turn it into motivation. Use their words as a reminder that you're doing something different, something bold, something worth talking about. Every negative remark is simply proof that you are stepping outside the comfort zone of the average. You are challenging the status quo, and that makes people uncomfortable. Instead of getting discouraged, see it as an opportunity to prove them wrong. The greater the resistance, the greater the chance to show the world what you're made of. Each insult, each criticism, each piece of negativity can be a reminder that you are on the right path. Because if you were playing it safe, if you were just another face in the crowd, no one would care enough to say anything. Their negativity is their problem, not yours. Use it as a driving force to build your success, your confidence, and your resilience. Don't let their doubt turn into your weakness. Turn it into your strength. Keep going. Keep proving them wrong, because in the end, their opinions won't matter. Your results will. The only validation that matters is your own. In a world where we are constantly seeking approval, whether from our peers, our families, or society, it's easy to forget that the most important approval you'll ever need is your own. External validation is fleeting, People's opinions change, trends shift. What's popular today may be irrelevant tomorrow, but your own belief in yourself is unwavering. When you rely on others to validate your worth, you give away your power. You let their judgment shape your decisions, influence your actions, and determine your confidence. This leaves you vulnerable to the whims of people who don't truly understand your journey. Their approval is not a reflection of your capabilities, but rather a reflection of their own biases and perceptions. True strength comes from within. It comes from having the courage to pursue your goals even when others doubt you. It comes from standing tall in the face of criticism, knowing that you are worthy of success regardless of what anyone else thinks. The people who matter most in your life, the ones who truly care about your growth, will support you even when they don't fully understand your path. They'll be there because they believe in you, not because they need you to meet their expectations. When you validate yourself, you free yourself from the need to please everyone. You become immune to the noise and the negativity because you know that your worth is not determined by the opinions of others. It's determined by the actions you take, the goals you achieve, and the person you choose to become. Stop waiting for permission. Stop seeking approval. The only validation that matters is the one you give yourself. In the end, the road to success isn't about pleasing everyone or avoiding criticism. It's about staying true to your vision, persevering through challenges, and using every bit of negativity as fuel to keep moving forward. Greatness has always been met with resistance because it disrupts the status quo, but it's in that disruption where progress happens. You don't need everyone to like you. You don't need constant approval. All you need is unwavering belief in your own potential and the courage to keep pushing no matter who doubts you along the way. So let them hate you, let them criticize you, let them talk, because you're not here to blend in or seek approval. You're here to make a mark, to create something meaningful, and to prove that your path is worth walking. Keep going, keep believing, and let your actions do the talking. Your journey will speak for itself.